Money, 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 money. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are live. Listen, impromptu. Tag your mama, tag your grandmama, tag your daddy, tag your auntie, tag everybody. All right. The boys are back in town. We are back once again. Y'all already know how this go. If you can hear us, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see us, drop a 2. We can get started here in a second. But if you can hear us, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see us, drop a number 2. You know what I'm saying? EB, what you got going on today, man? How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good. It's been a wonderful weekend, dog. I'm ready to go. Ready to talk about some business tonight. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely feel you on that. Listen, y'all come look. What all my preachers? What y'all say? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. The room tonight is
wait everybody to get in.
Right. We gonna wait. The room tonight is called the Creativeverse. It's called the Creativeverse. That's what the room is called tonight. So I need y'all to jump into the Creativeverse so we can have a heart-to-heart. You know what I'm saying? So do me a favor. I need you to like. I need you to share. I need you to tag your favorite creative podcaster, producer, writer, author, chef, real estate agent, preacher, minister, YouTuber, TikToker, Instagrammer, Facebook Reeler. Some of y'all been getting them checks for tax time for Facebook. You know what I'm saying? A couple of y'all got like $1.56 or something like that. Hey, you getting paid? Right. Yeah, that's $1.56 more than somebody else got. You know what I'm saying? For creating content.
Right.
Exactly. They ain't got it. So y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and jump in. Like I said, we can give you time to get started in a little bit. I need artificial intelligence to kick in right now and just go ahead and pull everybody in the room. Just go ahead and pull everybody in the room. Let's get this joint cracking. For those of you who are coming in, you know what I'm saying, for the first time, do me a favor, drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear us. Drop a 2 if we can be seen. If we can be heard, drop a 1. Because audio, in my opinion, it's a little more important than video. As good as we look, if you can't hear what we're saying, it really does no good. It don't matter. So if you can hear, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see, drop a 2. Now listen, I see people coming in the room, but y'all not engaging. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know you in here. Get in here and be quiet.
Nah, we a noisy bunch. We a noisy bunch. When I talk to you, I want you to talk back. I want you to talk back. Right. Shoot. Hey, and we across 3 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You know what I'm saying? So I need y'all drop a comment because I have no clue right now where you're watching from until, you know, if your face is beautiful enough, I might put you on screen. You know what I'm saying? So you should comment so we can see what you look like. Let's see.
Nobody gonna be ugly.
Man, listen, because we red, yellow, black, and white. We are precious in the sight. Oh man, listen, we are in the Creativeverse. I need y'all to jump in. Like I said, this is impromptu. It's been a minute. It's been a solid minute. It's been way too long. You know, we got to get the live stream chops back up. Because I feel like the world has been missing us, E. I feel like they've been missing us.
As the more I heard people talk, I know they've been missing us. I see posts and people doing branding this and branding that, and I'm like, no, you guys are doing it wrong. So it was time to help some people. Give them a little bit. We won't charge for this tonight.
Real talk. Nah, real talk. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Always dropping free content, free information. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help elevate your brand, which ultimately is going to help elevate your life. You know what I'm saying? Being a creative is more than just designing flyers and videos and all of that stuff. It's a livelihood. Yes. And like E said, it's a lot of people out here doing it. And it's not that we're trying to tell people that they're doing it wrong. It's just we want to help you do it, not just in the right way, but in a better way that's going to affect your bottom end and give you more peace and help you go to sleep at night, you know?
Right. It's a science. It's really a science to doing this, man. You know, you see a lot of people that, you know, they make things look good together, but to the audience that it needs to get to. What is it saying to the audience?
Big facts.
What is it saying psychologically? Where's the story in the stuff that you're designing? And whoever's designing some stuff, you need to make sure that they telling a story, telling your story, which is why stuff like briefing, which we'll talk about later, briefing and conversation at the beginning of the process is very, very important. That sometimes we're scared of.
Big facts. That's good. That I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, people. We always say people are afraid of what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, all right, we got somebody. Haitian Church coming from YouTube is in the room. All right, thank you. It says the interviewee mic has an echo. Thank you for saying that, because I don't want us to sit here and talk all night and y'all got an echo. So give me a second. I'm gonna fix that and we see what's going on.
Back. Whoa.
All right, let's try this again. E, can you talk for me?
Yes. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay.
All right, you still got an echo. Hold on 1 second.
I still got an echo. Do I need to turn my? Let me see. Go on my settings or something.
Nah, I think the echo is coming from me. Talk again.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. This is Elton Benjamin. Testing.
All right, you're coming. You're coming through clear now.
Okay. Does it still sound like an echo?
Nah, it is now. Now you did just sound clear, but now I hear echo. I think I hear the playback.
Okay. So do I need to move the microphone away from there?
Yeah, you might need to move the microphone back.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Did it go down?
Keep talking now.
Can you hear me? Testing. Testing. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Can you
Yeah,
hear
hold
me?
on 1 second. It's still echo.
Hold on, let's see something.
Now here's the reality of the situation. While I'm doing this, y'all, most people they're not gonna go through this with you. And I got people in the stream, so we're gonna figure this out.
Okay.
Hold tight. Let's rock out like this. All right. Let's do some live troubleshooting, ladies and gentlemen. So mix and minus, all of that is working. Um, Elton is also coming through. All right, so I'm gonna do this.
What about now? Am I still coming through?
Now, what you just did sounded clear.
All right, I just took the microphone out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are still watching, I think we may be good. Y'all let me know. Haitian Church Hope International Ministries, thank you. I'm actually turning my phone down because that's probably what you're hearing now. Caleb Maiden, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Madon, thank you. Haitian Church says sound good. So E, let's do another quick sound check. You know, if you want to say something just to make sure we're good to go and we can give these people what they
Hey,
came for.
testing. Creativeverse. We on the road. We on the journey. Let's go.
All right. And I think,
Okay.
all right, everybody saying we sound good. All right, let's jump back
All
in
right.
here. You know what I'm saying? Um, Listen, it is 8:25. 8:25. I know it's a Monday night. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. It's mundane Mondays. It's just the start of the week. But I know impromptu live. Shout out for those of you watching on Facebook. Shout out to those of you watching on YouTube. Shout out to those of you watching. Hope Haitian Church says it's perfect. So thank you. Shout out to those of you who are watching on LinkedIn as well. It's been some time. It's been a long time. As you can see, we've been away playing,
And working.
playing and working, and trying to do something major in our area that we're going to talk about. We don't want that to necessarily be the entire conversation tonight, but we definitely are going to talk about it. And I'm gonna give E a chance to go ahead and get in here. But tonight is really about what it says in the caption: elevating your brand, elevating your life. One of the things you guys hear me, if you follow me closely, you've heard me say this numerous times: helping you, build and expand your brand, grow your business, and help you create a community around the things that you're most passionate about. And we see everybody, their mama, their daddy, the cat, the dog, the auntie, grandmama, Everybody is branding themselves, and I love it. I think it's the dopest thing ever. But we just want to put our 2 cents in here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people show you the what, and this is kind of what we're talking about in this creative verse space. Is we don't just want to give you the what, we want to give you the how. You know what I'm saying? You've gone to 1,000 conferences, you've gone to 1,000 webinars, you've watched 1,000 different live streams just like this. Not too many people are gonna sit there on a live and correct the issue, but it's impromptu. The one thing me and Elton, the firm, what we do is I want you to see it. I want you to know that, hey, things gonna happen, but take a deep breath, fall back, call professionals like us. We get it fixed, and as Haitian Church says, now it's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna shut up, E, because I can talk all night. But yeah, like what? How do you feel about the current state? Just even with that, with everybody branding themselves, whether it's personal brand, business, ministry, or whatever. How do you feel about the state of the industry, and just where people are and what you feel like people can do better?
Well, I think for like, like me, for the most part, and that's my squeaky chair. This is my favorite chair. Y'all know y'all got y'all special thing, but this is my squeaky chair. But
Right.
anyway, when you heard squeak, I'm about to say something real deep. But the current state of branding, I would say the last 9 to 10, 12 years, it's been excitable. That's been the overused word, as much as possible. Brand this, brand this, brand that, brand this, brand that. Well, that's been okay. It's been okay, but what has people felt when you got through doing business with them? What that's your brand. There's a lot of people out here putting out a lot of nice images and promos and flyers, but what is the story? What is the story of your brand, and what are you saying? What is that, psychological, subliminal? There's a lot of different things that play into the brand, and then somebody just putting together a nice flyer and put it out, that really doesn't tell what your brand is. All that say is you got a flashy image. Now, where's the substance? What are you bringing to the table? So, we're in a good we people are in a good state of wanting to jump out there and wanting to do it, but there's a lot more components to branding.
Gotcha. No, I definitely feel that. Um, it's just, it's crazy because it's so many, as you said, it's so many different components, it's so many different layers. And a lot of people have tried to redefine branding as just social media. So when people say I need branding, it's like I just want to clean up, you know what I'm saying? Create an aesthetic for how, people see me on social media. And just a quick aside for those of you, definitely appreciate y'all coming in the chat. Keep us active. We definitely want to engage any questions, comments that you just have. I do need a favor. If y'all can hear us and we sound clear, music is not too loud, anything like that, drop a 1 in the comments. If you can see us, drop a 2. Again, any issues, definitely let us know. And appreciate y'all that are watching on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. David Harvey Official, dope to see you as well, my brother, and absolutely Caleb. Live stream, always expect the unexpected. But yeah, E, as you were saying, it's always, branding, like I said, is no different than an onion. And it's just you keep peeling, and onions at the same time, they enhance your flavor so much. But if you don't cut an onion right, it will also make you cry.
It will make
And
you.
so it will bring tears to your eyes. So the same thing that's supposed to be a blessing can in somewhat be a curse if you don't understand the how. And so, like I said, so many people have been focused on the what, but as you love to say, the science behind it, how to make things come together, why we use this color, why we use this particular typography and font, why we use this layout, why we do this versus that. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about extensively at Creativeverse. For those of you who don't know, Creativeverse is not just a conversation space that we're having tonight, but Creativeverse is officially a conference that we are bringing to the greater Raleigh Triangle, RTP, Durham, North Carolina, Eastern Seaboard, going down May 19th, May 19th and the 20th, 2023, on the great campus. This is the only time y'all will ever hear me say this. The great campus of North Carolina State University. I am a proud Tar Heel. Tar Heel born, Tar Heel bred, and when I die, I'm a Tar Heel dead. Long as it ain't Duke, it's all good. But I want to play, for those of you who don't know that may be new to the scene, I'm going to play a quick promo video just to kind of update you on what we got going on, and then we're going to jump back into the conversation. Let's go ahead and get it right here.
Graphic designers, photographers, videographers, podcasters, influencers, and content creators. Tired of conferences and seminars that just give you loads of information? Well, Creativeverse is here. We will actually show you how to become a more high-valued creator in your industry. You will leave with a renewed sense of business and new marketing skill. Our keynote speaker for 2023 is one of the most influential international marketing design gurus of our lifetime. He is none other than Emmy Award-winning Chris Doe of the Future Academy. Creativeverse is May 19th through the 20th and will be hosted on NC State's Centennial Campus in the state-of-the-art Jim Hunt Library in Raleigh, North Carolina. Don't miss the chance to be a part of the creative revolution. Classes and panels will discuss the future AI and more. Go to creativeverse.org to register.
Y'all heard the man. Go to creativeverse.org right now to register. Get your tickets. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, for those of you watching, we have something special going on. Just, to appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you being on the show tonight. But again, especially for all my content creators, if you want to know, matter of fact, what's some of the classes, you know what I'm saying, that some of the topics that we're gonna be covering?
Well, we're big on content creating right now, and that can a lot can up on that now. Whether you're doing graphic design, you're doing photography, videography, copywriting, business structure, and we're also doing classes on wellness, how to structure your life, how to deal with the lifestyle of a creative. Because all of us know there's days where we are hot, we get up and the sun is shining and we're ready to go, 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 and then something happens after 8:45, and then all the air get let out our balloon, and we're like, man, am I really supposed to be doing this? And you do a long hard day, and then you come home, and uh, things go not how you think they're supposed to be, and then sometimes you just got to know how to deal with all that, man.
Right.
From day to day, from sun up to sun down, it's an emotional roller coaster, and then sometimes you get creative blocks, and you don't know how to get out of them. You get in ruts and you don't know how to get out of them. And then you got to balance money and time and family and friendship. So it's a lot of stuff that's going to go with that social part, and learning how to deal with all that stuff to keep you from falling into depression, and just build you a group, or a group of people that are like minded like that. So we're going to deal with that, and we're going to also have two panels. One panel will be the future of AI and how it affects what we're doing, how it affects content creation, how it affects business. How can I use it? How can I not let it use me? Because AI is something, but at the same time, you have to still be creative to make it work. Like you said, you got to know the principles and the science of it to make it work. And our second panel will be on how to monetize what you're doing. We have people doing podcasting. We have churches that's trying to sell merch, artists trying to sell merch, and just that way of how to monetize that to make it make sense. And our tagline for this conference is we'll show you how to do this, because our keynote speaker, he's also a component of that, of not just going to give people information, not saying, okay, all you got to do is got to do this, you got to do that. Chris Doe says, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do this. I've given people information all over the world, but nobody's actually telling you how to do what you're trying to do. So that's one thing that we're trying to get to the attendees that come. That's what they're going to leave with. So those are just a couple of things, and when these guys attendees and everybody gets to mingle with each other, then they'll learn new things that they didn't even think that they was coming to learn.
Man, listen, that's gonna be crazy. I don't think y'all understand. Um, Chris Doe is coming to Raleigh, North Carolina. And I want you to understand how big this is. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe E, you go look up the information. You go to the future, go to his website, go look at his tour information. And I want you to show me what other dates he has in the Western Hemisphere on the calendar. He's coming to Raleigh. It's not a joke. It's not a game.
I think it is what some of my friends and colleagues, it's so big that they don't believe it. It's
And I mean,
unbelievable.
you know what people say, you know what I'm saying? If something is too good to be true, then usually it is. But no, Chris Doe, it's not a game. Chris Doe is coming to Raleigh. And I think Chris is the perfect, number one is just we could have done something, small. We could have just went live just like this. And probably done something for a couple of days. And that doesn't mean that there won't be opportunities or things, where we kind of do, some smaller, I want to say intensives. That's the word that was leaving me. Intensives, escaping me. Some smaller intensives, that are more geared towards a targeted audience. Because again, for example, something that E talked about, the way a church may approach content creation is different than the way an author may approach content creation. So again, while we want to show everybody on a broad scale the general how, we also want to offer those opportunities to say, okay, specific to your niche or niche, whichever, tomato, your industry or whatever the audience is that you're trying to reach, we can assist you in that area as well too. But to me, Chris is the perfect person to be able to do this, because the thing with Creativeverse, it is the universe where business and creativity collide. And so for those of you that really follow Chris in the future, and you're familiar with his content, you understand that Chris is not just about you being the best designer, the best brand strategist, the best logo designer. You are a business man. And so that's the whole thing with branding. You are a brand, you are a business, and let's make sure that you have all of the tools, all of the resources to do the necessary things, to do what we said from Jump Street. Elevate your brand, which is ultimately going to elevate your life. So it's going to be dope, man. Chris is going to be the keynote. We decided to bring some of our friends to the table who are absolute. We're going to introduce you all to some movers and some shakers. Some you may know, some you may not know. I'm excited about, the likes of, Marshall Fox and Fatima Burke and J.M. Stanley, so we wanted to find the best and the brightest that can really, really, really show you how, to elevate your brand and elevate your life and just take your business, to a totally different level. E, you touched on something. You started talking about the panels. And I think those panels, even when we were kind of discussing, because in the creative industry, you can do a panel about anything. But the two things right now that are absolutely driving this space, people want to get paid. That's number one. But in terms of people getting paid, it's getting crazy because now people are afraid of whether they're going to continue to get paid. Not so much for creating their own content, but Will Smith was on to something. He was, iRobot, was really, really, really on to something. You know what I'm saying? Like AI has taken over. And we kind of saw this. We really kind of saw this with Canva. In the design industry. Now, if you work, for major agencies or whatever, Canva was like, okay, that's nice, But for a lot of our people who are trying to learn, this is one of our classes, how to be a high level designer and go from just being an individual to being respected as an agency, and landing some of those major contracts and deals. AI is scary because it's like, wait a minute. And so one of the conversations, I want you to talk about this. I want you to talk about this, but in terms of people trying to figure out how to get paid and also how to keep getting paid, AI, a lot of people see it as a threat. But again, going back to the science, if you understand the science behind what AI is supposed to do, you understand it becomes another tool in your tool belt or in your arsenal, especially as creatives. We talk about burnout and being stressed out. AI now gives you a chance to be like, hey, come here, Chat GPT.
Right.
I made the graphic. I don't know what to put in the caption though. I don't know what the copy is supposed to be. I don't know. Come here, Chat GPT. And whether it's that, whether it's, podcast stuff we got going on where you can record something on your phone and then it come, run it through an audio engine. And now you be like, wait a minute, I recorded that on the phone. That sounds like I recorded it on an SM7B or something like that. We just got AI all over the place. Is AI bad? Should we be afraid, or should it be that we need to learn how to really kind of embrace it and use it to our advantage?
Well, you can either be scared. I remember when I had a BlackBerry, right? And the BlackBerry, you had to touch the buttons. And when the first iPhone came through, and I seen the screen, and I was like, man, there's no way I'm converting over that, because you got to have some point of contact when you touch that button for it to go down and you feel the texture of it.
Right.
And now I'm on my 14th, my 14th iPhone, because
Crazy.
I didn't allow myself to jump over to the tool. I kept the same mindset. And so that mindset held me back, as far as being able to do a lot of stuff. And now, I mean, I do probably 35% of stuff on my phone, unless it's industry standard, right? So saying that to say this, there's no need to be afraid of. Let me give you a couple of things, man, that reason why you shouldn't be afraid of AI. You need to focus on developing your skills that requires AI, that requires that automation. Learn how to, like you said, well, learn how to think creative and figure out, because the science of it is still you are the expert of thinking the creative, problem solving, the emotional part. So AI can't create that. And so embrace that technology and use those tools the best way you can with what you have. And like I said with the phone, don't get so out of date to where you say, "Oh, that's not going to do anything. That's not going to be anything." Stay updated with technology, because a lot of we're fortunate to be at the beginning, at the cusp of something brand new, and to be able to get and jump on it. And it's nothing hard. You don't have to learn how to write code or nothing like that, right? So just stay up to date and be proactive, and if anything with AI, just be consistent and seek training.
Right.
Show your willingness to be open. So it's not a threat. It's a threat to some jobs, but it is not a threat to your creativity, I think.
No, real talk. I agree. I agree. You know what I'm saying? That's so much of the conversation. And I think what you said was big. Just be consistent. You know what I'm saying? When you learn it, use it as a ladder. We keep using that word elevation tonight. You know what I'm saying? Use it as a ladder to kind of elevate you above everybody else, take you to the next level, And so there's always technology, and intelligence is always increasing. It's always changing. Something else is going to come out tomorrow and then the next day. So we're always going to be behind, especially as creators. Just think about the tools that we use from a computer standpoint. It's like by the time you buy the M2, it's going to be an update, and it's going to be an M2 this and an M3 that. And it's like, okay, now I got to start thinking, how do I future proof myself? And you got to take you got to take that same thing into account. You know what I'm saying? Just from a business standpoint of you how do you future-proof yourself, not from the fear of I won't be able to afford or have access to the next thing. It's just that, you know, I'm in a state of constant progression, you know, so I want to stay. I'm not like we have people that's like, hey man, I'm looking at a computer. I'm looking at like this 2019 MacBook Pro. No. Like
you're already 6 years behind when you buy that.
Like the M1 is outdated, and as crazy as that is, it's so much more powerful than the Intel, you know, the 2019 version. But it's like that's already outdated now, you know. So it's like, yeah, you know, for all of our people that are graphic designers, or even from a web design standpoint or whatever, you may can get away with it. And then like our music producers, who are still using a lot of software that they don't deem as silicon, you know, friendly. I totally get it. But for the most part, stuff is changing so fast. And gone are the days to where, I think this is another thing I really want to talk about. Gone are the days of you just being a specialist somewhat in one area. There used to be the time where people frowned on you being a jack of all trades. You know, the people know the quote that says jack of all trades, master of none, but they don't know the end that says still better than a master of one. And so, you know, it's kind of a catch-22. But we're living in a society now, you can tell from the job market, people want you to be able to be creative in a lot of different areas. Okay. Right. You can edit, you know, video. Can you do photo too? You know, what's your web design, you know, skill set like? And so the Creativeverse again is about being able to pull in all of these different pieces together and being able to bring those together and mesh. I just always think about Captain Planet, you know, when our powers combined, you know, and then, you know, Power Rangers took that, you know, with the whole, you know, it's morphin' time, and they make the Zord or whatever, you know.
They stole it from Voltron, though.
I'm about to say all of that came from Voltron, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it just proves if the cartoons understand, you know, that we're better when we come together, then, you know, why don't we get that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that because I work in the tech space and I work in the creative space. So it's one of those things where my worlds combine on a daily basis. And then really just excited about showing people how to put some money in your pocket. You know, like monetization, it requires some work, but if you're committed to the outcome, not committed to wanting to be seen, you know, if you're committed to the outcome, and what it is and the goal that you're trying to accomplish, the money will be there, whether it's podcasting, YouTube, Facebook. I really don't know how Facebook money works, whatever. TikTok money, Instagram money. I'm on the whole YouTube train, the podcast train. That stuff makes sense to me. I don't get that other stuff. But
that's a great point. Like what you just made, YouTube. YouTube is a place where nobody can snatch your content. It belongs to you. But if somebody get mad at Facebook, get mad on Instagram, they take it off just like that.
Big time. Yeah, big time. And because YouTube is, people don't understand, it's a search engine. It is the second largest search engine in the world behind the company that is the parent company, ABC, which is Google. So Google literally owns the two largest search engines in the world. And this is a quick tip that we're going to talk about in May and in some intensives. But for those of you that may be even watching by YouTube or see this in replay, or you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, number one, it's not too late. It's never too late. Get started today, and don't think you need the camera and the lights and all that. You'd be surprised how many creators out here just literally pick up their phone and get popping. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that later. But number two, as it relates to the monetization piece, and as it relates to, you know what I'm saying, set up your content. This is my freebie for that. Every time we do this, I'm trying to give you something free. We're gonna try to give you something free. Create content for the people who are watching you. There is a percentage of content that you just want to create because you want to create it. But if you want to
Right.
be successful, like if you really want to be successful and you really want to grow, create content specifically for the audience that you're trying to reach. The audience will tell you what they want to see. When you look at the insights, the analytics, all of that stuff, YouTube is so sophisticated now. And we're going to talk about this at the conference. I don't have time to show you now, but they will literally tell you when your audience stops watching you. And
Right.
then they will tell you if they decide to come back, at what point they come back. They literally want you to be successful. They want you to make the money. People be like, man, they keep changing, pushing back the field, the goal post or whatever, the finish line. No, like they are giving you all of the tools, all of the information. And going back to branding, one of the conversations that is hard to have with people is like, well, this is what I like. Nobody cares what you like.
Nobody cares what you like.
The number
Nobody.
one secret to be successful when it comes to branding and content creation is that nobody cares what you like. Branding is 1000% about the perception of the people that are watching you and what they
Right.
care about. So if you don't understand that, if you are just, hey, I want to make content for myself, that's fine. And if you're popular enough, or your personality is great enough, or your service or products or whatever it is that you do, if it's good enough to where you can make that crossover and earn a living doing that, that's all fine and well. You're going to be an anomaly. You're not going to be the norm because, again, people like what they like. And if you set yourself up to cater to what the people, I'm not saying compromise your self-respect or whatever, because we understand there are some situations like that, but people like what they like. And if you cater your content to what they like, success is guaranteed. Don't sit up here and make a bunch of content because you want to do it. Don't. Well, if YouTube say these people only watch 5 minutes and you keep making 20, 25-minute videos, that's your fault. That's your fault. Just take the 25 minutes and chop it up into 4 different videos.
That's right.
And
That's
just
right.
put part 1 at the end.
Right.
And save part 2. I need to do that to myself.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, most people to understand this, and I always say this, man. What's old to you is new to somebody else.
Right.
What's old
Dude.
to you isn't old to somebody else, because you can sit on something for 6 months to a year and never put it out and don't nobody, unless it's current event wise. But you can let it sit on the shelf for 2 years, and when you bring it out, it's still new to somebody else if it's your story or it's your take on something.
Timing is
So
everything, bro.
it's everything. It's everything, and timing is everything. Um, Time is everything. Communication is everything, and you have to strike when you have the opportunity. Like
Ooh, that's good, E.
if when I was 25, I was in my 20s. I was struck on every opportunity that I saw that I could see to advance my career. Right. I wish I would have had somebody doing a creative verse like this. If I was 25 and I was doing a creative verse, I would be right there with Chris Doe. I'd be taking photo ops and use the opportunity to say, hey, I've been in the same room. I've been taught by Chris Doe, #1 leading marketer in the country. And you have to grasp those opportunities, because people ain't going to, once they sit you in the room and give you the opportunity, then hey, it's your choice to do what you want, to do what you need to do with it to advance yourself, and realize that nothing is going to be free. You got to invest in it, because if you're not in, I spoke to a coach today, and he markets his son foot as a football player, where some of the parents feel like, okay, it's not fair that you market your son. Well, what are we in this for? What's the end game? So if he's taking that opportunity to market his son, then he's trying to capitalize on that opportunity. So people need to capitalize on this opportunity that we're getting with Creativeverse. You're gonna learn how to do stuff. We're not just gonna talk you for hours and hours. We're gonna show you how to do this. And so, Walt, you gave away a freebie, so I'm gonna give away 5 freebies. Okay, 5 freebies for Brandon. Don't care what kind of image you got. I don't care if you're the highest speaker. I don't care if you the well known preacher or whatever, or well known business. Here's a couple things for brand for somebody that deals with helps probably $5 million companies operate. Okay, number one, develop a strong brand for your identity. Something strong, like Walt said a while ago. Find out what your audience is. Find out where they go, what they like to watch on TV. Pull from all those things to build your brand, to put it in your brand like a soup. Put that in there. Another thing we put in there is define your purpose. Define your purpose. Like Walt said a while ago, don't try to do this and do that, something that you have no passion about. Make sure you have a passion for your purpose, because that's the only thing that's going to drive you. Make sure you find that purpose that you're pushing. Okay. Number three, establish your values.
That's
Like I said,
good.
don't sell your soul for your values, but have values, because those values are going to determine how far you go, how far you let your message go out there, how you let people interact with you. And don't be afraid to charge people what you're worth, because everybody can't afford you, and you can feel okay about that, because the people that can't afford you, they will work you. They will work you. They will ask for stuff that you didn't promise them, and all those kinds of things. They have little worlds going on in their head about how they should be charged, and your friends and buddy. Before I do work for a friend or a family member, I'll try to send them somebody else. Okay, so
That's a
establish your
real.
values. And last, let me see, that's
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 a
number
real
four.
place.
You know what I'm saying? And create a brand voice. Make sure that all of your social media, make sure all of those things are saying the same thing, even down to your personal. People say, well, it's business, not personal. Well, I think that's the biggest flop of a slogan
Right.
ever, because
Right.
your business does control your personal, right? um so just make sure that your voice is saying the same thing. And last but not least, I might give you 5 more, but right now, this one: build a brand community. Create a community, because when you create that community,
Talk
those
about it.
15 people, the 15 people that you reach this week has become your 15 salespeople.
Talk about it.
And then you begin to operate like that. Share stuff with them. Find out what they're doing. Because if you take a legal pad and talk to all 15 of those people, all 15 of those people got somebody that they can offer for you to go and do business with.
Talk about it.
Um, so just build your community. I stop talking because I can talk about branding all day.
Nah, doc, that's good, especially that last one, because so many people, they try to market to everybody, they try to reach everybody, they want 1,000 different customers, and it's like,
Right.
no, just like they're like, we say small, but it's like it's not really small, because again, if you get today, you start with 0. Tomorrow, if you start with 10, like, you know how much the potential of 10. And again,
Right.
I don't know what you do. I don't you may sell t-shirts, you may be a photographer, you may be a videographer, you may be a web designer, you may be an author. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's use the author for example.
Right.
You sell 10 books. You didn't just sell 10 books. You have 10 testimonials. Those
Right.
10 testimonials, now they become as Elton said, your salespeople. These become what we call your missionaries or your brand evangelists. They go out they go out and work hard for you. So now when people come, because y'all know how it is, when, people don't like being sold to. And so they always trust the word of somebody else. People don't buy. One thing we always say, people don't buy brands, people buy people. And so if I'm selling a product, you want to know if my product is any good, you're going to go look at the reviews. If you're on TikTok, everybody's on TikTok. Y'all know you probably got something in your house right now that you bought because it's something you saw on TikTok. The first thing you did though is, You hopped in the comments and to see, okay, who's bought this? The person that bought this, are we similar? Especially if it's clothes. Well, that looked good on her, but we ain't shaped the same. Well, bruh, he kind of built different than me, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. Like when you buy clothes now, they put little notes. It's like the model weighs 285 pounds and it's 6'3". And
it's science.
So it's like it's showing you how it fits them. So now you can do a comparative analysis and sit here and be like, if that shirt is tight on him and I'm bigger than he is, yeah. Oh, I need to do something different.
I don't think it's gonna work out.
Right. And what happens is you can tell people that don't really read, or you got some companies that they just be getting over, because then they'll start to post pictures of their experience with the product that they bought. And they'll say, hey, either this is totally bad or this is totally great. And sometimes you can look at that as the Vince McMahon theology or philosophy when it comes to marketing, is that all press, or Jerry Jones for the Cowboys, is that all press is good press, even if it's bad press, as long as it keeps us in the forefront or keep our name in the forefront. And so as a business owner, somebody buys one of your products and is like, hey, this really didn't work out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was. That's actually an opportunity you should capitalize on, because that person now becomes a user persona. We giving away too much information. That person becomes a user persona that now you get to compare to the 10, 100,000 other potential people that are just like them. They got the same socioeconomic status. They live in the same neighborhood. They shop at the same stores. They drive the same cars. Their kids go to the same school. They work at the same jobs. They work out at the same gym. They walk their dogs in the same cul-de-sac. And it's like, now you start to see the science, how this goes. So I'm like, okay, I got 10 reviews. 9 of them were amazing. 1 of them was negative. Which one you think I'm going to focus on? Because now I want to know, how do I make what went wrong for you? Because if it went wrong for you, it's bound to go wrong for somebody else. And most people, they're not going to look through all of the great reviews. They going to go look what went wrong.
For the bad ones.
They looking for the bad. We want to see what went wrong. And so if you learn that and understand that, you understand how to reposition yourself. Elton talked about that. Big part of branding is your positioning, your position statement. It's just like, okay, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Cookout, Fat Burger, In-N-Out, Five Guys, all of these different restaurants, they all sell burgers. But what positions them to make you want to go to Burger King versus Wendy's versus McDonald's? Because there's room out here for everybody. It's just a matter of how you position yourself, you know, and it's bigger. We got people out here, all they talk about is, I'm gonna help you figure out your target audience. Well, what else you gonna do? Right. That don't really get me nowhere. Like, what else are you going to do for me? Because, okay, you're gonna help me figure it out. This is who I should be reaching. Well, how do I reach them? And again, that goes back to the purpose of everything we're talking about. We don't just want to reveal to you the what, because a lot of you guys know the what, because you've sat through 1,000 different live streams or webinars or Zooms or whatever, or WebEx conferences. You spend all your money going to these conferences, clicking through 1,000 click funnels to where you finally get to the end and they give you a deal that you can't refuse or whatever. And like I said, we're not going to be up here too much longer, but I just want to run another promo, you know what I'm saying, just to give you an idea of some of the things we're going to be talking about, who we're really reaching out to, because I definitely want to see your face in the place. We're going to jump back in. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment. Appreciate everybody that's watching on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Like, share, tag somebody who needs to be in Raleigh May the 19th and 20th. Tag somebody who needs to be in Raleigh. Tag somebody who needs to see Chris.
And I'm going to tell you why when we come back. Yeah.
Tell them why, because if for nothing else, just to be in that room, oh man, we gonna be right back. We gonna be right back, y'all.
Attention all content creators and influencers. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the ultimate creative experience of the year. Creativeverse Conference is the perfect opportunity for influencers and content creators to connect, collaborate, and grow. Whether you're a graphic designer, photographer, videographer, podcaster, or any other creative professional, you'll leave with a renewed sense of creativity and the tools to take your skills to the next level.
I need you to tell these people why they need to get to Raleigh May the 19th and 20th. Let them know what's happening.
So this is the thing. This is the thing right here. If you've ever wanted to get in the room with a Michael Jordan, a LeBron James,
I like that.
at the top of their craft, the top of their craft, there's no debate about it. There's been this conference, that conference. When we talked to Chris he said, okay, everybody is you can go get information anywhere. You can go to YouTube, pull up whatever you want to. You can go listen to whatever you want to. You go to another conference. But at this conference, we want to show people how to do this. Okay? And we talked to him and told him that we want to get you in front of people that will never ever be able to get in front of you in any of these other rooms. Because really, you're looking at $1,500 to $2,500 to get in an intimate session with him. Okay, so let's put that in perspective first. I think it's like right now it's like $350 for a ticket, general ticket, to get in front of somebody and to have those classes be taught to you by people already in the industry. And we're not talking about people that are doing astronomical numbers that you can't relate to. We're talking about people that have started where you're from, and they are now at the pinnacle of their industry, of their niches. So the reason why you really need to be there is because we're going to show you how to do this. We're really going to show you how to do this. If you know me, you know I'm no fluff, no buffing, no fluffing, none of that. So I really want to have everybody come out, whether you're in business, whether you're wanting to do marketing for yourself, whether you pick up a camera, whether your kids are going to pick up a camera. You can come here and find out the roadmap for them. We're going to have the biggest influencer in there. We're going to have NC State emerging issues. They're partnering with us to do this. Red Hat just jumped on one of my panels. So we're straightforward. We're not playing any games. People understand who we are in the industry, and we're just going straight at it and going to give it to you straight with no fluff on it. So you need to be there May 19th and May 20th. Is going to be on the campus of NC State, James Hunt Library. You've seen it. It's a beautiful library. And you know, people that if you have somebody that, you might not be this person, but if you have somebody you want to sponsor, then sponsor them. I wish I had somebody sponsor me something like this when I was in high school or in the industry, like that. And if you become a sponsor, look at those numbers on the screen: 620 YouTube subscriptions, 350 Facebook followers, 872, over 1 million people following. So if you're a sponsor and you're on our signage, Chris is going to push all this stuff out for us on his social media. So if you're in front of all those people, it makes sense to do that. But anyway, this is why you should be here, because it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. We're going to make a weekend of it. We have so much stuff planned for you guys. And we're going to have Walt teaching some classes. So Walt got a whole auditorium to himself.
Oh snap. Oh snap.
No pressure, Walt.
Y'all done messed up and let me teach. Oh my God. But nah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited because, again, like you said, one of the greatest feelings in the world is to see it come alive for people. When it clicks and you see that light bulb come on, and it just makes sense, and it's like, and you walk away with that. Okay, I got what I needed. I got what I came for. Or you get the 3 months, the 90 days, the 60, the 180 days down the road, and it's like, yo, I implemented what y'all said to implement, what you showed me. Boom, business took off. Boom, brand took off. I think that's and we know that's going to happen because again, those are testimonials we have now, and so we're just taking what we do on a smaller level and bringing it to the masses in a way that's like, hey, let's show you what works. Let's not, like you said, no fluff, no cotton candy, no whipped cream, no icing on top. No, let's show you what works. Because I know how it is. You get tired of like another conference. Like, come on, y'all.
Right.
Like, come on now. But no, this is not just another conference. This is Creativeverse. This is where business and creativity collide. And this is where Chris Doe is going to be. I don't think people understand that value. Again, you were running those numbers, and it's like, to be in an intimate setting, it's going to cost you mortgage, couple of rent payments, whatever.
Right.
And we sitting here like, we're going to give you a chance to be in the room with the LeBron James, the Michael Jordan of branding and marketing on a wide scale. So we have dropped a lot. We will see you guys again at some point, and next time we'll let you know, what I'm saying, so you can be better prepared. But like I said, today, we just really wanted to jump out there, just pick your brain, let you guys see our faces, you know what I'm saying, because we've been pushing a lot of content, and it's like, we see the content, but what's going on? Some people, they just need to know what is going on, so we really wanted to make it.
They know you.
Right. They wanted to make it, personal and personable, so you guys can get an idea. Listen, creativeverse.org. Go ahead, get the ticket, creativeverse.org. Do yourself a favor. You do not want to be sitting there looking crazy. The closer it gets to May, and it's like, dang, I should have bought that ticket in February.
Right.
I should have bought that.
Right. And let me say this. If you're, and because we deal in the faith-based arena a lot, if you are a pastor, if you have a pastor and he believes on you developing yourself outside of the four walls, get him to sponsor you and your team, because you guys need to be here. You need to be here. No, make no mistake about it. This is gonna help propel you. You're seeing two guys that help $1 million companies every week and every month sustain. So, we're not, like you said, we're not fluffing you at all, but we do want you to grow. We want you to be able to handle business the right way. We don't want you to just be able to pedal in your way for gas money and things like that.
No.
We want you to be able to make a living on this thing, and you can, because both of us have been able to make a lucrative living, and so it does exist with people that look like us also.
Absolutely.
So that's all I got to say. I will give you some more freebies, but we'll wait till the next one, Walt.
Yeah, man, because we freebies. And that's the one thing.
I will give you one freebie. Walt didn't know about this, but this is what we're gonna do as the firm agency. We'll give you inbox us, and we'll give you a code that'll give you $150 off of the price.
Oh, you tripping? 150?
Hey man, that's how I am in on this thing, man. Somebody got to get this
Wow.
thing. And one thing my pastor says, God gives you something and favor least to help somebody else, then he'll take that thing away from you.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing. We're gonna give away one ticket, discount ticket tonight. If you inbox us, either me or Walt first, we'll
150. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, y'all heard the man. You know what I'm saying? So do what you will. Do what you will with that. You know what I'm saying? Listen. But like I said, we're gonna be doing a lot more of these. And like I said, I'm really excited about the intensives that are gonna come, and especially afterwards. So, well, like you said, whether it's faith based, whether It's nonprofit based, whether it's for profit based. It's a lot of y'all like the chefs. I've been thinking about y'all a lot over the past couple of months because to me, food is one of the easiest way to just kind of blow up. Even from a social media stand, because we always like I'm hungry right now.
Right
Like
now.
I started talking about all them food, and my stomach was like, yeah, you ain't ate since like. And it's late, and I don't need to be eating now. Like my trainer gonna kill me, but I'm like, bruh, I'm hungry. So you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna eat nothing bad, but it's like I'm hungry. But I'm like, nah, I got something special for y'all because I see stuff and I be like, man, if I could cook for real, for real, for real. But maybe I ain't gotta cook. Maybe I can go find somebody else who cook and really show y'all how to do this. You know what I'm saying? We do got one question. Naya or Nija, have you ever filmed? Ooh, hold on one second, Nija, and please let me know if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Have you ever filmed? Let's see here. With an EOS. So have you ever, okay, all right. Have you ever filmed with an EOS Rebel? So if it's Nija or Naya or Nija, please forgive me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. The very first camera I started out with was a Canon T2i. I take that back. There was some crazy Polaroid joints back in the day, and like my daddy was like into like film, like development, like actually dark room. I don't know what the model of those names was, but as far as what I can remember, that started like my content, video, photo, whatever. EOS Rebel T2i, 720p. I think that was the biggest revolution with that. Then I jumped to the T3i, and then from the T3i to a 5D Mark II, 5D Mark III, and then I left. Then I think I had the 6D maybe, and then I left Canon and came to the dark side with Sony, and I'm never leaving. So I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'm not sure what your question is, Naja. Definitely let us know. Let's see, we got anybody else? Caleb says, "Thank you for all of this value that you have. Bless y'all." Yeah, Caleb, absolutely, man. We appreciate it. Isaac was up here. I don't know if you're still watching, Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Caleb said YouTube was so underrated by many. Yeah, we can have this conversation all night and all day long. Naja says yes, number 2. So when you say yes, number 2, what are you saying? Number 2,
Probably
number 2, TOO. The T3i. I guess that's what you're referring to. T3i. I've shot with the 6D as well, 70D, 80D. I mean, Canon is Canon.
That's good. I shot with a 70D and it's good. It was good.
Yeah, it get done what it need to get done, but come to the dark side. Like Elton was talking about BlackBerry and iPhone. Yeah, the BlackBerry worked. It did what it, but real talk. I tell people
There was no better. Still to this day, there's no better speakerphone than a BlackBerry.
True, facts. True,
Hands down.
and BlackBerry Messenger was legit.
Oh, yeah, it was.
BBM. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Nija, or number 2, I guess. Yeah, Miss Middleton. Because I can't remember what I said second. I was like, I think yeah, yeah, but yeah, BlackBerry Messenger, and people don't understand the iPhone literally is nothing more than the BlackBerry, which is why like Android users hate so much. It's like we don't need to do everything that y'all do. We functional. We are effective.
You're high functionist.
Yeah, ain't nothing functional about no Android. No, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing ever is people that use Androids that have like MacBooks, or they be like, I want an iPad. Nah, go get your little Samsung tablet.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
You know,
there's no ecosystem like Apple. from your phone to. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Right.
So
Naja says she's just starting out and she wants to learn the camera settings. Okay, cool. So Naja, do me a favor. Follow me, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Well, you clearly you're watching right now. Just leave. Never mind, because you're commenting. I forgot I'm live and you're commenting on the video, so I have it. I'll connect with you, and I'm going to connect you with one of my Canon shooter friends, or send you some more information. Again, once you learn one camera, they're pretty much the same. I would tell you just off the bat, ISO, learn the exposure triangle. And that's aside from just learning the camera settings. As a photographer, as a videographer. Okay, so she does follow me. Thank you. And I haven't neglected YouTube. I do this every year. It's been an interesting 2023, and
2023 about last 2 years.
You're right. So I haven't neglected y'all. I'm just like, I'm coming. I will see y'all in March. But yeah, learn the exposure triangle. So shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. If you learn that, it doesn't matter what camera you use, what brand you shoot with, you will always be a beast at what you do. The exposure triangle, shutter speed, aperture, ISO, learn how one affects the other and how to use them independently. And I'm gonna give you a freebie just because you brought this up and because you follow me. I don't know exactly what you do. I'm assuming maybe video, photo. I don't know. Learn both. So it'll really benefit you from a business standpoint. Learn both, but learn your camera to the point where you can diagnose any setting you walk in. So if you have to shoot outside in broad daylight at 12 o'clock p.m., which nobody likes, learn your camera to understand. Don't just put it on auto. Put that bad boy on manual. Take the worst photos you ever take in your life. Take the worst video you've ever taken in your life, and make the mistake so you can learn the camera. It's through the mistakes that you're gonna really learn it. Learn what has benefited me as more so a photographer than a videographer, because I was all video, and the photo thing I just kind of picked up. But I understood the settings. It wasn't when you have an eye and you understand the settings, you can flow between both. Right. But what separated me from a lot of people is that I know how to diagnose any room I walk in. So I don't flip out. If I walk outside, I know I need to do boom, 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 boom. If I walk in a dark church or auditorium or an arena or something, I know I need to do boom, 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 boom. I know it's like, okay, what I'm shooting, the stage is going to be this bright. This needs this ISO. That needs that aperture. I need the face to be in focus and not just the eyes, because if the eyes is in focus, the nose might be blurry, and that's not really appealing for, a portrait shot. People get cameras, they try to get a lens, they want to shoot wide open, quote unquote. If for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the lowest aperture possible, wide open at like a 1.4 or something crazy. And they got this crazy depth of field, what we call a blurred out background. But it's like, that's not work that earns you money. It looks cool, but it don't get you paid.
It don't tell the story.
It don't tell the story. And that's what we done gave away too much information. That's what we talk about all the time. We're gonna continue to talk about. We're gonna talk about it at the conference. How to position you to tell the story in a way that elevates your brand and elevates your life. And elevation, I'm trying not to really talk about it.
Right. But that, my people, is what you just saw is what we're doing at the conference. We ain't giving you information. We're telling you and showing you how to do this.
Boom.
You know how people usually say, well, you should invest, you invest. People on the other end are like, well, invest in what? Tell us what to invest in. Don't just use the word.
Right.
Right? So we're going to show you how to do this. All right.
She said she's been taking. Yeah, she said she been taking some ugly shots. Good. Take them every chance, every opportunity you get, because they're not gonna stay ugly for long. They're not. Once you learn that exposure triangle, because the settings on the camera does a lot, but if you don't understand that triangle, you're gonna change a setting that's gonna change your life, and you're gonna be like, I don't know how to get back. So you need to learn the triangle so you know how to always get back to a basis. And like I said, the shots won't be ugly for long. So I celebrate you tonight, Naja. You the MVP tonight, and one day, you'll be on the stage. You'll be inviting us to your conference.
I know that's right.
Yeah, because she said she do graphics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she said she do graphics, but she want to learn how to shoot and do video, and that's what I'm talking about. All of y'all graphic designers out there.
That's and graphic, and let me tell you this, and this is why, like I can take an iPhone and make magic with it with video and photography, right? But because I've been a graphic designer for years and I know what the end point, I know what my end game needs to look like. I know what I want it to look like in the end. And so backtracking all that stuff and becoming a creative director, of having all those disciplines of knowing what film is, knowing what photography is, knowing what directing is, all that stuff from the end to working back, all those components, those are going to make you a wonderful photographer if you're already a graphic designer.
Listen.
All right. Right. Well,
listen. I'm just thinking from I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. Naja, you already know. I know what industry you work in without you even have to say it. So we ain't got to go there because we got a lot of people watching. I already know what industry you work in. In the industry you work in, great photography is hard to come by. It's hard to come by. For whatever reason, these people just don't believe in taking pictures. And I'm like, now, like, E is the greatest iPhone photographer I've ever seen in my life. Like, literally, like, cause you got the 13, right?
Yeah.
He got the 13, I got the 14. And I still, his picture always gonna look better than mine. He is the greatest. I don't understand it. I don't care. We can use that's just his eye. That's why they call it. I call him EB. We call him the eye. It's just, I don't know what it is. He just see things differently. I'm like, yo, y'all could at least, like, the iPhone is decent enough now. You can get a decent headshot or something. But just imagine how you can increase your bottom line, Naja, by not just doing the graphic, but now, you need the picture? Oh, I'll take the picture for you. That's gonna be this price. And who just wants graphics these days? Everybody want motion stuff.
Right.
Everybody wants, you want the graphic. No, well, how about we just create this retainer for you, and you can get this, because you have an event. Your event needs to be captured, right? What do you need to fly for? Is it a service? That needs to be captured. You want to share that because you want to share the quote unquote good news, but we also want to get more people in the seats to.
That's right.
See,
and that opens up. That allows you to take, when you add more skills, that allows you to take your price up to where you need it to be to compensate you for your time. And if you have to outsource that stuff, set your price where you got your outsourcing in there. So if you don't want to do it, you can always pay somebody else to do it, and it's not going to take nothing off of you, off of what you charge them. So, hey, just keep building, and you'll get there. Just
like,
got to be consistent.
She just went from being a graphic designer to being a full creative suite agency. In less than 5 minutes.
What should we charge her for that?
We just gave you the whole game. We just gave you the whole, literally, we just gave you the whole game.
Right.
Like, we just gave you, and I'm talking about people we know. We can say this 1,000 times. They won't do it. They won't do it because we're saying it. Now if Grant Cardone got on and said it, then they do it. But because it's me and Elton, I ain't mad about it, because to each his own. Sometimes you just need to hear things from somebody else.
Right, but there are people that understand the value, and they listen to us, and they pay us likewise because they understand the value and they see the value.
Right.
And so that's why don't ever get into anything about anybody giving you a ultimatum, say, well, this person is da da da. If anybody ever give you an ultimatum between you and somebody else, you let them go with somebody else, because that's a red flag that they're going to penny pinch and nickel and dime and change you until you're working backwards out of your time of what you've already charged for the scope of time,
Big time.
the money.
Big time.
So instead of charging $25, $50 an hour, you're going to be going negative in the other, because when you charge somebody for a 3-hour job and all their changes end up to 10 hours, you have nothing to compensate for that.
Crazy,
And so it was
man.
like you was doing it for minimum wage.
Mm.
And make sure, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Make sure, don't let anybody trick you with exposure talk. Okay, I won't say trick you with exposure talk. I won't say trick you with I won't say trick you with exposure talk, but know the amount of exposure that you're getting. Nobody gets paid for, they had the whole big thing, nobody gets paid for performing a halftime show for the Super Bowl. But what people fail to realize on the other end is Rihanna didn't get paid for the Super Bowl, but she had something set up with an agreement set up with Apple TV that they make a behind the scenes video of her getting ready for the Super Bowl, and they was able to sell that on Apple TV. So that exposure good, but understand where she's at. She don't need the exposure from the Super Bowl, right? And you may not need exposure from people that say, "Okay, I'm gonna introduce da 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 to my friend da da da." No, you see what their character is. Okay, see what their character is, and then we can talk about exposure. But we can't talk about exposure and this you just doing one job for me. Let's do 5 jobs together. And then I know your character is good enough to whoever you expose me to and they come through you, you're gonna make sure they take care of me because I've taken care of you for 5 jobs. Right? So yeah, make sure you're giving value to yourself. Because ain't nobody else gonna give value to you.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Hey, y'all better like, share, tag them, tell them they watch the whole thing. Don't skip no parts, don't skip no pieces. But what we just gave y'all in the last 10 minutes is worth every penny of that ticket price. All right, Naja, you gonna be great. We're gonna connect. Yeah, because I definitely want to see you get to that level where you can be. Because listen, man. Ooh, today was just your day.
Right.
Today you was in the right place at the right time. She coming here thinking about camera settings, and we like, wait, you do graphics? Like
you got a whole college course.
Literally, like literally, you about to be a goat. You get all of that down pat. Somebody said, "Hey, hey, you're not late. You right on time. Just catch the replay. You not late. You not late. You not late, B. You right on time. Just catch the replay. Now, real talk. We understand that creatives, y'all got different hours than the rest of the world. And so honestly, that's something we'll think about as far as doing, some late night stuff, whatever. Cause, normally we understand you probably working, you know what I'm saying, at the time that we would normally go live. Then it's like, nah, you have people that be like, hey, bro, 1 o'clock, bro, I'm up. Now I can't. Now Elton might be up with you.
We're gonna teach y'all how to get away from those hours.
Yeah,
because those hours are unfair.
Right. He definitely gonna teach you. I can teach you. Do this right here. Cause bro, I'd be like, nah, doc. I like literally. I be trying to work late sometimes. I be sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
I be literally like this. knees hurt, feet swole, everything. Be like, oh, I done
Your
it
whole
again.
body hurt. Your whole body hurting, but your brain running, want to do something creative. It
Listen,
never stop running.
whole life toe up. But listen, man, it's been a pleasure. I love y'all. Like I said, yeah. If you don't do nothing but watch the last 10 minutes, you can get your life changed. But like Nigel, we'll definitely connect. Y'all know what to do. Hit that inbox so you can get that $150 off. $150 off. $150 off. May 19th through the 20th. NC State.
Invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself, yo. Elevate your brand. Elevate your life. I'm going to let you know. She said 9 p.m. is a cutoff. Most definitely. Most definitely. All right, one more time. We're going to get at y'all. Y'all be easy. I appreciate you coming through the Creativeverse. Holla at your boys.
Graphic designers, photographers, videographers, podcasters, influencers, and content creators. Tired of conferences and seminars that just give you loads of information? Well, Creativeverse is here. We will actually show you how to become a more high-valued creator in your industry. You will leave with a renewed sense of business and new marketing skills. Our keynote speaker for 2023 is one of the most influential international marketing design gurus of our lifetime. Is none other than Emmy Award-winning Chris Doe of the Future Academy. Creativeverse is May 19th through the 20th and will be hosted on NC State's Centennial Campus in the state-of-the-art Jim Hunt Library in Raleigh, North Carolina. Don't miss the chance to be a part of the creative revolution. Classes and panels will discuss the future AI and more. Go to creativeverse.org to register.